Hey everybody, I'm Anthony,
I'm John.
and this is a Dynamic Review. Every Friday, we're going to do our top picks of the comics that came out this week. Without further ado, let's get started. So, what were your picks this week?
First one I picked this week was Hawkeye number 7. Now, this is the one of my picks I picked in the show a couple days ago, and it really didn't disappoint me at all. Kind of left off where it left in 2012, and it's still fantastic. It's really when in a world where all the Marvel comics are it's just action leading into another story after story, and you really can't relate to these characters. This is one comic that you feel for the person. This is real life stuff that's happening to this person. It's not just he's fighting a villain and then on to the next.
It's down to earth.
Yeah. And this one he's helping one of the people that live in his apartment, and in this they go help his dad. There's, I guess, a big huge flood coming to town, and the guy really gets closer to his dad, and it's something you really don't see anymore in comics, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Really, really great. Again, I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I read a little bit, or skimmed it a little bit yesterday, and it was cool. It's a little bit of fresh air considering the fact that we constantly are reading, well, with big titles right now like Death in the Family and Hell on Earth and Throne of Atlantis, and are there any Marvel events going on right now? Not that I know.
They're just getting ready for Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Age of Ultron, which is coming up, but you have all these big events that are happening that are just so much is happening in the comic world that's unrealistic, and that's what you go there for. But it is nice to read something that's about a hero helping out regular people, not the world in general.
Yep.
Yeah.
So my next one was Injustice: God Among Us, and I wasn't planning on reading this one until you picked it up and read it, and you're like, you got to check this out, and I loved it. And if you guys don't know, Injustice: God Among Us is going to be a video game that's coming out. Do you know when it's coming out?
It's coming out in, I want to say April, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. But we have a link on the Dynamic Buzz's main page. If you go under games, they'll have all the information that comes out for it.
Yeah, but I guess this comic series is just a prelude to the game, which, some of these games really don't have a story.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Well, it had a story, but it was
practically going to be
with a crayon.
It's practically going to be like a Mortal Kombat game, so they have to kind of get a little story in there. So, and I think this is a great way to do it. And this story was fantastic.
Just one issue, and
a
lot happens.
A
lot happens that if it was mainstream would shake everybody.
It's crazy, and I can't really say much without giving it away. But if you get a chance to read this, really read this, because how the story is going, it's going to be crazy, and it's going to set it up pretty big for the game, I guess you would say.
I hope it's not like how DC Online made their own comic book for a while, and I mean, it was cool at first because that game picked up where the trailer that came out for that really cool trailer we thought should have been the Justice League movie, how it started out, and it kind of built onto that, but it got so weird and tangled, and you just couldn't follow it. But I hope this is, I mean, for a Mortal Kombat-like game, it seems really good, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. I'm ready to read the rest of the comics. I don't know how many issues they're doing. I'm guessing 5. I know for sure they're doing 4. I've seen the previews.
Yeah,
but
so we can probably bet on 5 or 7, something like that.
So, and then my last one is Batman and Robin Annual number 1, and this is just incredible. It's an incredible story. We got the stuff going on with the death of the family, and this is just something to take a break from and realize how great of a character Damian Wayne is, and how much he truly does love his dad.
Yeah, and like I've told you before, like this issue is really cool because we got to see different sides of people, and as much of a Damian story this really was, it also got to show not just Batman, but you got to see Bruce Wayne, and not just Bruce Wayne, but you got to see Bruce Wayne as a father who, went around and did all the things he did in this comic, but you also see him as a son, because it kind of goes back to his family, and it, without trying to give it away, because it's definitely a must-read comic for any Batman fan, or even if you want to get into Batman, you should definitely read it. But it was it was heartfelt, and even got a little bit of Alfred comedy, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and this also made me think of when Damien says told his dad something like, you kind of lose yourself and all this, just being Batman. Sometimes you need to look back and realize, and I guess his family and stuff, just really think about that stuff. And I guess as fans, we kind of have to look at that too, because we lose track of his history sometimes. You don't really see that a lot in the comics, so it's good just to read this issue and realize how much his parents loved him and loved each other. So,
and it's nice since he's the one superhero that's constantly running away from his past, not like Superman, he goes flying into it or looking for it.
Yeah,
but it was a really good comic, and I can see why that was your pick.
All right. So my ratings for him now?
Yep, your ratings for him.
All right, for Hawkeye number 7, I gave a 4.
Okay.
Injustice: God Among Us number 1, I gave a 4 also. And then my best rating of the week, Batman Robin Annual number 1, I gave a 4.5.
Wow.
All right.
All right, cool.
So that's your picks.
All right, my picks. Wow, this was definitely a week for a lot of comics. But my top picks this week were, and God, Anton's going to kill me, Superior Spider-Man number 2 was my number 3 pick this week.
Wait, before we start this, I remember just a couple days ago in the show, I said I was excited for it, and you were the one who's like,
do you want me to do or not?
All right, let's go.
Anyway. See, I don't want to give it. Okay, Superior Spider-Man, I personally feel like it just seemed like a slap in the face. It just seemed like Marvel said, we did it again, smack, there you go. And we can do whatever we want because it's a comic book, and I get that. But reading it and kind of going along with the fact of Peter Parker, he's dead, but his consciousness is still there. Anyway, but aside from all that, it's cool. You see Doc Ock, and in this issue, he's starting to realize that, I guess he was going after Mary Jane Watson, thinking that, he'd get Mary Jane Watson because he's now Peter Parker, and that's what happens. But then you find out eventually that he actually starts to develop actual feelings for her through the Peter Parker's memories, and it kind of shows that the consciousness of Peter is really starting to get a hold of him and mold him into being something different. Because I thought what was happening was just a new Peter Parker, but it actually is Doc Ock with all the emotions and feelings of Peter Parker, and even his consciousness following around like a ghost now, which is kind of cool, kind of different.
It got a little annoying for me when I was reading it. It was a good story, but the whole time I was thinking, this is Ghost all over. The movie Ghost?
Yeah.
And I was waiting for Peter Parker to get behind him with the Mary Jane with the clay. That's what I was waiting for the whole time, and I was disappointed because that didn't happen, but yeah, it was an okay story. It's kind of just building up to, what's going to happen.
Back his body.
Yeah,
it's gonna be, but I also liked, if I think about it from a writer's standpoint, it seems fun. Because if you're writing for Peter Parker, you have to write Peter Parker, who makes flaws, who's awkward, who's dumb, not dumb, but he's not girl smart. And Doc Ock kind of was making plays like, Mary Jane was in trouble. Well, he saw someone getting mugged. Well, screw that, there's a bigger crisis at hand.
Yeah.
And he didn't stop and pull Peter Parker stunts, and he could do stuff that he had the balls to do what Peter Parker couldn't sometimes.
Yeah, like he said right at the beginning, he's the superior one.
Yeah, or he's attempting to be the superior one,
with
that in mind. And I think that's really cool. But at the same time, my other point is for a diehard Spidey fan to read this and then just I really do see where people can get annoyed, and I can also see where people can like it. So I'm in the middle, but this was definitely my top pick of the week because it was a fun read. It was a little bit different, and I do like different, and I do like something to make you think about a character and to realize that Spider-Man can be more than Peter Parker. So that was really cool. My next pick of the week was Green Lantern Corps Annual number 1, and it was worth the $5. I don't usually go for the annuals, but this week, just with Batman and Robin already, and then Green Lantern Corps, it was great. It was a tie-in from, it brought in all the, Green Lantern New Guardian, the Green Lantern title, the Green Lantern Corps, and even the Red Lantern titles. It brought them all together and was tying up the Rise of the Third Army. And basically the Owens, the Guardians of the Universe, call back all the Green Lanterns and are going to tell them that they found a way to fix this, alien parasite outbreak that they caused, but no one else knows that they caused it, and all the Green Lanterns are coming back, and they're basically going to kill them all. But the new Green Lantern, Simon Bez, Guy Gardner, the Squirrel Green Lantern, and Kyle and the new Guardians, they all meet up again to stop the Guardians, and it's really cool. And now that Kyle's mastered the the color white, which is life, and he has the power to stop these, Third Army, and it was just really cool overall. I mean, to really enjoy this comic, you'd have to have been reading at least 2 of the titles. Like, I've been reading mainly New Guardians and the Green Lantern title, so it was, you get to see everything come together and finally tie up, because each one leaves you with a cliffhanger. Just, I don't know if I can do this another month. I can't wait, and then here it was.
Yeah, I didn't have time to read this one, and I'm really trying to just stick to the Green Lantern title because I'm not big in the Green Lantern world, but
Universe.
Universe,
the world.
yes,
Universe.
yeah, Universe. So, so did the Third Army? Was it stop?
It was, without spoiling it, yes.
And then did it leave anything?
Yeah,
did it lead into First Lantern?
Yeah, straight right to the Wrath of the First Lantern. They mentioned his name, but I don't remember it, and I'd probably butcher it on the screen. So, but no, I'm really excited. I've seen previews for the upcoming months, and he takes charge, and he's going to invade every Lantern related title. So I'm really excited for it, and I'm really to see how the universe, handles
First Lantern.
Rise.
The Wrath.
Yeah.
You keep on calling it Rise.
It's because everything's Rise. Dark Knight Rises. It's rough. All right. And my final pick of the week was Teen Titans number 16. This was the final Teen Titan title for Death of the Family.
It's actually the final title before the conclusion of Death of the Family.
Yes.
For everything.
For everything, but it's the last in their title.
Yeah.
And just to get back onto that, it was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Teen Titans lately has been a bore. Like the first 3 issues were cool, and then it kind of in this dead state where you couldn't really read it because you got annoyed, and then Death of the Family kicked in, and the character development, and
Death of the Family really helped this comic a lot.
Yeah. But I thought it was great. You have, okay, maybe it wasn't. I had little nitpicks. Like I didn't like how Tim Drake and Jason Todd were like buddy, and he's more of a brother than anyone else. No, Dick was your brother.
I really liked Tim in this though.
I did too. I liked Tim, and I liked Jason. I mean, they made Jason seem kind of dumb. Like he kept playing off like, oh well, he wasn't smart. You're a Robin, you have to be smart. But it just showed like they were both trained, and like it was just cool to see them working together because you really don't see a lot of Red Hood and Red Robin, I guess now, team ups, and I enjoyed it. And I thought it was really cool. So basically, it was my top pick just because I like the action and I'm ready for the build up, and it's got me excited for Batman 17.
I just think this is another one where I'm curious to see what happens to the Outlaws and the Teen Titans. You know? It looks like some Teen Titans will die because they're picking up a new character after this. They're picking up a new character,
but I think they just got rid of that Skitter. I didn't really know the title. I know there's a girl with bug powers, and I'm hoping they get rid of her. But they might be adding a character. Classic Teen Titan was shown in the pages. We won't reveal who he or she is, but definitely pick it up and take a look.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my top pick, and I guess it's time to do ratings.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll start with Superior Spider-Man number 2. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. No, I'm gonna give it a 4. It was pretty good. Next, I did Green Lantern Corps number 16, and I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Finally, Teen Titans number 16, I'm going to give another 4.5. And I mean, I enjoyed the art, enjoyed the action, enjoyed the story, and that's what we're grading on. So those are my picks.
So I guess that wraps everything up. That was our top picks of the week. Be sure tell us in the comments what your top picks of the week were. We'd love to hear what you are reading
and thinking.
Yep, and thinking. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and make sure to check out our website at thedynamicbuzz.com. So I guess we'll see you Tuesday with another Dynamic Buzz show.
Yeah.
And then after that, Friday, where we do this all over again.
All over again.
All right. There we go. We'll
right.
see you guys next week.